Hi everyone, good evening. I hope you're all having an awesome Labor Day weekend. I know I personally have had an amazing one. I started my day out talking to my children who absolutely light up my day. They're currently spending the school year with their dad, and I miss them immensely. But I know that this is good. It's good for them to have that one-on-one time with daddy that they absolutely need, and it allows me to kind of work and not feel like I'm neglecting my kids. I think a lot of us have that turmoil inside where I need to work, but oh my God, I have to come home. And so it's great. So I started my day talking off to my kids, which was amazing. But then I started watching a YouTube video, and it was the Law of Attraction Beyond the Secret, the Moses Code, and it hit on a lot of key points, and one of them being to serve is to rule. And I think a lot of people think of when they hear serve, they think, oh God, I'm too good to be a servant or I'm too good to serve others. They're not really looking at the bigger picture. And so when we say service or have a servant attitude, it's not saying, you know, lower your standards or wait on people hand and foot. It's just to have a to go about life in that how can I help others kind of attitude. And I think that a lot of people lack that. And so they look at it, oh gosh, I have to give something in order to get something, and that's where it's wrong. We don't give to get, we give to receive. So we give from the goodness of our hearts, not expecting anything in return. But one good deed allows a good deed in. And so giving people, just anything, but from a good place, it inadvertently is going to come back to you. Might not come back to you the way that you gave, but it's going to come back. There's always a blessing in giving stuff. And so that was something that I absolutely loved. Um, and I also was able to watch the Steve Jobs movie for the third time. And every time I watched it's impacted me differently. It's made me tear up every time. I know the first time that I watched it, I was like, oh my God, he was like a jerk. But I mean, the man was brilliant. He was an incredible visionary. And to be able to imagine things up as the way he did and to just be able to think the way he thought is, I mean, gosh, I was like, whoa, not that I didn't know how incredible he was before. I mean, just look at the products he's came out with and being awarded Stevie Awards and all these great accolades. He is incredible. But he he said some stuff in the movie, and it was spot on with some of my thinking. And you know, I think the whole visionary thing, I think that correlates with me because in network marketing, we're having to paint this picture so people can see it. But I think sometimes it frustrates us because it's kind of like, do you not see what I'm talking about? How do you not see it? It's already there. I mean, there's evidence, the proof is in the pudding, and yet and still you want me to. I mean, I'm not Picasso, but I think that can be a little frustrating. And sometimes we have to take ourselves out of it and realize that I wasn't always a network marketer. I didn't always see things the way they could be. I didn't look at things that way. But he also said, I can't work for anybody else. I can't work for someone. And I say that all the time. And it's not to be pompous or arrogant, so to speak, but I am way more than a job will ever be. And I deserve more than a job will ever give me. And my children deserve more. I mean, job security is almost non existent. I heard somebody say that they'd ran into somebody that worked as a door greeter. And they were older. Clearly, they had already retired from their previous career. But basically, they went to work for 40 hours for 40 years. You're entitled to 40% of the income. That wasn't enough to pay the bills to begin with. And now they had to get put on a waiting list to even be able to be a door greeter, to only make minimum wage. And that's still not enough. It's still a constant struggle. And I'm sorry, I'm not signing up for that class, and neither are my children. I refuse. Call it what you want to. We all deserve more in life. And unless you can sit back and see that you deserve more, and you should have time and freedom all at the same time and be able to spend time with your family because you're never going to get this stuff back. You know, I think it has to get to that point where you want it. But that's what I did today. I absolutely learned a lot, but I'm absolutely running late. I hope you guys all have a fabulous evening. There's going to be a link at the bottom of this. Definitely click it to, subscribe to my blogs. I absolutely hope you guys are having a phenomenal time today. And again, I'll talk to you later. Have a good one.